Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to yet again another fantastic indie comic interview. It is your Caped Crusader, Cody, and we are keeping it geekly with our brand new friends, Chassity and Chris of Flash Delirium LLC. We're here to break down their brand new Kickstarter for Rabbit's Badass Song issue number 1 and 2, and Pop Singer One Shot. What is up, guys? Welcome to tonight's stream. How are you guys doing?
Good. How about you?
Doing great.
I'm doing pretty good. Got the central air on. Just got done mowing, doing yard work. So it's that nice breeze of heaven after being sweaty and getting the grass everywhere, you know?
Oh, yeah, I know that feeling.
So yeah, what is up, guys? We were chatting a little bit earlier, but now that we are live, let's go ahead and start kind of capitalizing on that again. So give me a little bit of a history of what led you to creating indie comics.
Do you want to start off? You want me to go?
You're better at explaining stuff than
Okay.
me. So.
Well, long story short, we have a film background. She's actually graduated from Full Sail University, where I was pretty much self-taught. And but we've worked on small movie sets, a lot of independent films and shorts and commercials and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have a big love for horror films. I'm a huge horror fan. But so for a long time, we were originally we're gonna try to do the movie thing. We were gonna we're gonna do like they did back in the 90s. We'll make our little, $5 independent film and send it off to festivals. And if that gets picked up, we'll do the next thing. But that proved to be very difficult for different reasons. It's just very expensive to make a movie.
Yeah, the budget seems pretty large compared to what you would need just for a comic. It's two different worlds almost.
And it was so part of it was financially, we did have enough to make a realistic actual realistic film independently. But then you get into the whole thing about distribution, which that's what hurts a lot of people. I see a lot of people make their films, but when it gets come time to get it actually seen by everybody, that's where it kind of hits that wall. And it sucks, because some films have got a short lifetime span. Where if you don't get it out then, if you're a month or even a year later, that hype will cool down off it. And you kind of stuck with this thing.
Ooh.
But there was that. We always played around ideas. We had all these different ideas. But we did shoot a couple of short films ourselves, and those were interesting. But the whole time we still were reading, doing our comic things, reading books and writing down ideas. And we always said, well, we can always do comic books, if we want to put the movie down the back burner. But it was never a case of we wanted to belittle comics. I know some people think that, I can't get into the movie business, so I guess I'll do a comic book and maybe I can get my door in. I never thought that way, because they're both equally just as important. There's certain things you can do in a graphic novel.
They're not easy.
Yeah, that you can't do in a movie. And they're both very hard, and they both cost money. If you're going to do them right, they both cost money.
Hey, real quick, we have Comic Talk with Pops Van Zamp saying, hey, yo, on YouTube. We got Tyler French over on Facebook saying, what up?
Hey.
And then we have Marvin Wynn on YouTube saying hello as well.
Marvin.
Thank you guys for stopping in. So yeah, sorry about interrupting. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. But so we're gonna backtrack to I guess early mid 2000, around 2000 13, 14. Let's say that.
Yeah.
All right. So we just finished up this one short film, and it was online. I don't know where the hell it's at now. It was called Hunt, and pretty much it was a werewolf movie in third person, first person, Hardcore Henry movie.
Okay, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So we did the whole thing. What we did was I said, we're going to show the guy before transformation, during, and after transformation. So you got to see everything through his perspective. It wasn't bad. It definitely had its moments, and the reason we did that thing, that was going to be the thing we're going to use to try to raise money to do this other movie. But to shoot it itself took a couple of months, but to prepare for it, that was just fucking headaches. I can cuss on here, can't I?
Yeah. Feel free to cuss all you want, guys.
All right, so that was a fucking pain in the ass. And then after it kind of got stuck. That was a short film that we spent $2,000 on, and it just sat there for months, almost over a year. And it just kind of we edited it together. We never got 100% where we wanted it at. But at that time, again, a year had passed. I started doing other things. We started working on other things. So I said, you know what? I can't keep on doing these things right now with all these gaps in between.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's focus on the comic book. Because at least with the comic book,
It was kind of always a play to do with
Yeah, we
anyway.
can tell more story. And again, it takes just as much work and it costs money, but I can do things a lot faster because now I ain't got to worry about effects. It's all on page. You know, it's just a matter of getting the artist competent enough to, you know, do the visuals. So the rabbit thing, that actually started as a joke. We had talked a long time. We'll get more into that as the night goes on. But it was a joke first, you know. So we had like this guy with a blackface rabbit mask and all this stuff. We said, ha ha ha. And then we started.
The joke. Not
one good thing about us, she may not seem that way, but she has a very fucked up sense of humor. And we'll just watch like a movie or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, for example, like we'll be sitting there watching Back to the Future, and we'll break down all the inconsistencies and what the fuck moments in that movie. And those moments, and we love that movie. I mean, that's an awesome movie. But we said, dang, the jokes we made about this movie could have been a movie itself. And that's kind of how we come up with ideas. We just take stuff and just like twist it around and everything. So we had that, but I said, you know what? It's cool, but I don't think it's time to really delve into rap yet. So we kind of wrote some notes down. We put it away. And I said, let's try some. I'd rather try some shorter things out to see where it goes. And through that, we made a couple short stories. And again, we did one that it got written and drawn, but I just couldn't get it put out. And that's a long story behind why that is, but it is what it is.
Hey, if you want to talk about it, we can absolutely 100% talk about it.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like, what can I say about it? It's nothing like bad, but it's just too much trouble to try to go back and try to get it put out because it was only a 6-page thing. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, whatever, we'll just let it go.
It wasn't worth the trouble.
Yes, because it was a way to get our feet wet and like just to actually like, you know, get something put on paper, see how it works. But I guess what it was, the story was called Domestic Violence, and it was a 6-page little thing, and it starts out because originally it was gonna be a short film. That's how a lot of the smaller projects work. It was gonna be short films. I always pick them the comic books. But anyway, it was a short. It was about it started off with like this female and this male boxing each other for like the first 3 pages, no dialogue, just all action, like boom, boom, boom. And towards the end of it, she's victorious. She beats him. But then we did this transition where you find out what was really going on. She was a battered wife fighting against her husband. And we just showed it as a boxing match, and it ends with her defeating him. Like it's like a match frame, like you see her standing over top of him in the ring, victorious. And we match cut that to the next panel, her standing on top with a baseball bat, and then you see her drop the ring and say, "No, it's over."
Wow. So, what was your reasoning for not going with dialogue with that? Like, did it make it more impactful when you had the revelation?
It was unnecessary. I mean, again, because I'm a very visual person, and a lot of things you don't need dialogue. You gotta be careful with dialogue, because sometimes dialogue a lot of people make the mistake of using dialogue to push the plot, or you see it visually and like you're saying it too, like why you're telling us what we already see, you know?
It's very much the film mentality.
Right, yeah.
Mentality.
And you don't need that, especially because it's more about the moment, you know? And I felt like if we had like all these captions, her talking internally, it have came off very, I don't know, monotonous and just contrived. You just didn't need it. So, for that story. But it worked for what it was, you know. And again, maybe later we'll go back to it. We might redo it, get another artist and everything.
It was just a short.
But it was a short, so that went by. Then we said, okay, so now let's go ahead. Came with the name Flash Delirium for our company, and that's just I'm a big MGMT fan. One of their songs is Flash Delirium, which is a trippy ass video. So that's why we came with the name Flash Delirium.
So Magic the Gathering?
Company. Huh?
You say MTG?
MGT.
MGMT.
Yeah, MGMT.
Oh, I thought you said MTG. I was like, Magic the Gathering? Like, let's go.
Oh, no, MGMT. Yeah. So that's what we gave a name for the company. And our first is okay. If we're gonna do this, let's just do something small first. Put it for free. Don't have nobody buy shit, because nobody knows who the hell we are. We're just gonna put it out there, but make it a good quality too. We can't half-ass this thing. So we wrote the script called Pop Singer, and again, that was another short film I was gonna do, like kind of after that werewolf one. That was something we toyed around with, but from a budget standpoint, it'd have been too much to do. For something to be a short film, it would cost too much. I might as well should have tried to make a full length. And again, that would have been another 2 to 3 years trying to get it made. So, all right, let's condense it, make a one shot, like a 21-page thing about it, put it online.
20 pages.
Yeah. So we wrote it, and it didn't take that long because I kind of, again, I had the outline, years back. That's what kind of flushed it out. Then I started looking for an artist again. And I went online, and I found Khalil, our present artist right now. And I saw, he was in some Facebook art group, and he was just doing a video drawing. This guy's phenomenal. So I reached out to him, and he told him what we were trying to do. He loved the idea. So I got him signed off pretty quickly. And that was a way, because we said, okay, whoever we get to do this is who we're going to use to do the Rabbit book. Because at this point, Rabbit script was already done. We had everything planned out. And I promise I'll get to the whole story behind Rabbit.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
But,
so did the artist know that you were planning on doing that? Like when they were getting signed on, that they were going to be doing that book as well?
Well, I told him, I said, depending on how this one turns out, we do have a bigger project. Okay. I said that, but I don't want to say too much, kind of want to, get ahead of myself. But we knew, so, we handed him script, and everything for Pop Singer. He's a fast artist too. He's all traditional. He draws like pen and ink. He draws on oversized Bristol boards. It's beautiful work. But he sent me the first page within like a couple of days. And I was like, damn, he's pretty fast.
Yeah, that's a fast turnaround.
And I looked at it, and I told you, yes, our guy. You know what I'm saying? Because that right there, that was my way of testing. Because again, like that first page was a way for me to test to see if he know what he could do and if he could capture what we wanted. And
he got the transition.
Yeah.
Got everything.
So that was pretty much it. So he drew all the Pop Singer, and we got that together. And then I told him about Rabbit. Now the Rabbit thing, because again, nothing that came out yet. We were pretty much building
an inventory,
our stuff. Yeah. So the Rabbit thing, going back to the whole joke thing. So there's a book. It's an old folks tale book called, depending on how you pronounce it, it's got 3 different ways, called Brer Rabbit or Brer Rabbit. And it's pretty much it's an old story about this little rabbit and Uncle Remus in a briar patch. It's very racist. It's very like it's like it's stereotyping black people with the rabbit and stuff. But it's still fascinating. I've always been fascinated with stuff like that. But anyway, so that story got turned into a Disney cartoon live action called Song of the South. If you ever heard about that.
I don't think I have, but that is crazy. Like I've heard Disney's been notorious for the kind of being like that.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. They just took it and ran with it.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. So they refused. It'll never get remastered. You ain't gonna see on Disney Plus. You ain't see none of that shit. But it's out there. But it's got like this black guy going zippity doo dah, zippity day, and got the little goofy looking rabbit running around and shit. It's still not bad though. But I get the issues with it. So anyway, but again, so that happened. And I think that was like what, the 50s, 60s or something, or maybe like the 60s. I can't remember. When did it come out?
I don't think it was that old.
But well, anyway, let's say the 60s. So fast forward to the 70s, there's an animator named Ralph Baskey. Ralph Baskey, he did the animated Lord of the Rings, if you ever seen that, and The Hobbit back in the day. And he also he did Cool World with that live action thing.
Is it where they do the sledding?
No. That's Cool Running. I'm talking.
Oh,
Cool
okay,
World.
yeah, dude. I was like, man, I love that movie growing up.
Yeah, John Kenny. That's cool too. But that's cool. Where it's like a live action animated type thing. He's real. He does like a lot of adult cartoon stuff. But anyway, so he took the Uncle Remus thing, Brer Rabbit, and Song of the South, and he made his own version. Because like Brer Rabbit, public domain, anybody can take that and use it.
It was 1946.
1946.
Yeah,
wow. Song of the South came out in 1946.
Much more than I thought. Yeah.
So he did one. It's got 2 different names. It's been known for years as Street Fight, but it's actually, the original title is Coonskin. And in his version, it was a black animal rabbit who's like a gangster, and like it had all the characters from the books, but it was very like twisted. Like they were like badass pimps and drugs. This is crazy stuff, crazy cartoon. And it actually has a pretty huge cult following. Wu-Tang Clan back in the day, Dave was actually trying to get the rights to it to make a sequel, but that never panned out for some reason. And Richard Pryor, when he was alive, he was a big fan of it. And again, it was something very fascinating. Okay, you can take these stereotypical racist things, you can make something cool out of it. So I said, why don't I make my own version of this thing? So that's kind of where Rabbit came from. He's a black man with the menacing black face mechanical rabbit mask. And we said, well, okay, he's gonna be an anti-hero. We're gonna place him in a world of heroes and villains. So you got this very grounded, like gangster type character, or not gangster, more of he's a mercenary type character.
Yeah.
In this world of superheroes and villains. But we're going to tell his smaller story first, and how that small story spirals and impacts the bigger picture. And so you got Rabbit, and you got his partner / love interest, the Snow Bunny, who's white. So they're this interracial couple. And pretty much the story, you know, we came up with those two things. This is hilarious. So I was all right, so where do we go with this? I said, all right, well, we don't want to make this a racial thing, even though there's parts in there that are. So the origin part of them kind of tackles that part. But once we get past
why he chose this persona.
Yeah, why he chose persona and stuff. You see all that in the story.
So you said the idea of it like stemmed from like being like racist, basically, right? Like stereotyping racing. Would you say like you taking it and making your own was kind of like a fuck you to like that idea?
Kind of, yeah. I guess it's like a way to deal with it and like to process it. You know, it's just like the N-word. You know what I'm saying? That word's become, its origin derogatory, but you've seen what it's become. You know, people we've used it in a way that, you know, kind of like, you know, transcend what it originally was. So it's kind of the same thing. But again, he's not this preaching guy. Like really, Rabbit himself never even thinks about racism. It's like just like the stuff around. You know, read the book, like that doesn't even apply to him. But again, it's a revenge story, you know, because he grew up, again, we pull from so many different resources. His backstory was he grew up in a brothel as a child. His mom was a madam. He doesn't know who his dad is. And that, we pulled that idea from, again, I'm a Richard Pryor fan. And Richard Pryor, he actually grew up in a brothel as a kid. So we pulled that from there. Lightfield, Mississippi is a fictional place. There is no Lightfield, Mississippi. You know,
we checked.
Yeah, we didn't want to use an actual place in Mississippi because I didn't want, you know,
I didn't want anyone to think that
they were like kind of call them out.
Yeah.
But we did use Mississippi because I Googled, you know, we did some research. I Googled it, like what was the most racially, you know, tense place in America, and it was Mississippi. So okay. Plus, most characters I know in comics, nobody's from Mississippi, so it's all right. Let's do that.
Hey, real quick, we have Dr. Hino. He made this comment a couple minutes ago, though, saying deciding when to use dialogue. Not many can master that tactic, but showing and not telling can be a useful tool to drive the story. Well played. And he also said Ralph Baskey's art and movies are some of his favorites as well.
Awesome.
Cool. I'm glad that
you get that reference.
Yeah.
But so there was that, and so anyway, his origin story is, I don't want to get too much to it, but you know, something bad happened to him as a kid.
Yeah.
And he's coming back now for revenge with Irene Honeycutt, aka Snow Bunny. His real name is Jimmy Mason, which you find out his name stuff in the first story. But the first story is pretty much, because we're trying to do these in arcs, like each 12 issue run is a story just gets tied up and it leads to the next one. So the first story is pretty much his origin. He's got a journey he's going on, like, again, like the revenge thing, but that kind of becomes something else. But once we get past that, the next story is kind of where the real story begins. Like we said to ourselves, okay, write this thing.
Well, it's where you're introduced to this world.
Yeah. We're introduced to the world, but we also want you to get familiar with the characters. We say it doesn't matter how cool the art is, how cool the writing is. If you don't give a shit about the characters, it's all useless. So we really want you to understand, you know, and get to know these characters. Because we figure if you do that, we can take you anywhere with them. So
you both take part in the writing. You are both like co-creator, co-writers together, correct?
Yes,
that's correct.
So what's that creative process look like for you two? Like when, you know, does one of you come up with the idea and the other sharpens it? You know, how does that creative process work?
I'd say with the outline and the story arcs, that's something that we do together. That's something that, I mean, we really do all of it together. But then when it comes down to the outlines of what's going to happen in this issue, because how do we break up this part of the outline into 12 issues? So we take a part, we say this needs to be its own story arc, this needs to be 12 issues, and then we break it down again and into the 12 pieces. And that outline, mostly he decides, like, kind of, I'm not explaining this well.
To add to what you said.
How
Go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
To add to what she said, yeah. So usually, like, no, the idea comes. I usually am the one to come with the ideas. All right, so, we got this guy and all this stuff. I think very fast, and I can write very fast when it comes to outlines. So I'm pretty much structuring how it goes. I don't know if you ever heard of To Save the Cats book. It's I forgot his name, but it's a guy, he write. It's a structure of how, like, stories go. You can use
Zack Snyder? Was it Snyder who did that to Save the Cats?
I think I don't think it's Zack, but it isn't Snyder.
Scott, no,
but you know what I'm talking about.
Scott Snyder. Is it Scott Snyder?
Snyder, I can't remember. I
can't remember.
But it is Snyder. But Save the Cat. She's looking it up. But anyway, he has this whole thing on, like, how you break down story, and it's pretty much you use it on internet. You use it on screenplays. Blake Snyder. Thank you.
Yeah.
You use it on screenplays. You use it on novels, TV shows, whatever. And there's certain ways things have to go. You have to, there is a structure. I don't care what anybody says or how they try to change things around. If a story's worth a damn, it's got a structure to it.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain things that have to happen to keep a reader engaged, or you go all over the place. And usually that's how we do the outlines. Like, this has to happen. This has to happen. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And again, that's a quick process. That's just quick, saying sentences. And that could just be like, all right, Rabbit goes to a bar, and then I can, like, once I get everything else listed, like Rabbit goes to a bar, it's broken down to all this other stuff, and that's usually where she comes in.
And then I just, like, explain the bar.
Right.
What parts of these, what about the scenery is the character going to interact with? Kind of the angle, the close-up, the medium shot, the wide shot. How are we going to, break down each one of these things, and then where the story goes. Sometimes I'll add, like, extra stuff that I think is necessary to move the story.
Yeah, and then based off that, so by that point, we pretty much got like a few paragraphs of what the story is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take that and I'll start, like, sectioning stuff. I was like, all right, this and here, that's page 1. This here is page 2. Then we can take that and start breaking it down even further. And it sounds long, but the way we do it, again, this is like a week's process. This is us just staying, doing
For
it.
our first draft.
Yeah, and mind you, I'm also doing, like, little quick sketches too of how this thing's gonna look on paper, like, as far as, like, the outline and stuff. Even if it's a stick figure thing, the artists do appreciate this stuff. So by that time, we'll usually have, like, about the second, third draft done. Then I can hand off to the artist. We talk about everything. He starts doing his own layouts. Got to tell him, don't just start drawing it. Lay it out first and, like, hit me back so we can kind of go through it. And yeah, that's how we do it, man.
And then I usually have to do in each draft. The dialogue changes dramatically.
Yeah. Well,
because I try to say with the dialogue, I think the goal is to say as much as you can with as few words as possible to really just, get that one message across. Like, right.
Well, we're big fans of Tarantino. We're a huge fan of Tarantino, so a lot of our dialogue structure comes from him, and he's just real witty, because again, it's like singing, and there's got to be time and place for how
you wrote the screenwriting book that says "Snap, Crackle, Pop" is like the way dialogue needs to go.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. I'm terrible remembering names. But anyway,
Snap, Crackle, Pop.
The thing about it is, like, we're writing for us. When you create a comic book, you write it 3 times pretty much. You write it when we come with a story. It's rewritten again when the artist draws it, and it's rewritten a 3rd time when the letter starts putting the letters in there, because things can tend to change through the process. So that's the way we look at it.
So we have Dr. Hino in chat as well, saying how long was this comic process? He's interested. So, like, I guess, like, issue 1, when you did issue 1, like, how long overall was that process for you from start to finish?
Really about 2 months. About 2 months to write everything out and everything. And once, because again, we were doing a few things too. Cause we wanted to create, like, we know there's, like, no stand. I actually remember listening to that one thing you did on Twitter about, like, the whole controversy about what the people create, like, a standardized for a script for comic book writing.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called, but it was the new standard, and a lot of people were upset about it.
So I get what they were saying. I think the word standard scared people, like, when they start saying, like, all right, this is the way you're supposed to do it, because really there is no standard. And it's what works for you. But for us, for our writing, we did want to create, like, something that we want to keep consistency. We didn't want to write a screenplay script one way, one issue, then we totally jump to the next issue because we're using the same artist. You know, we pretty much got the same team, so we want to keep a consistency and have like a nice little flow to how things work. So that's why our scripts are a little longer. Like usually our scripts tend to be page-wise, not comic book page-wise, but actual script page-wise, about 30 to 40 pages. And I'll give it, give or take a few. Usually a 34-page comic script will get us about 28 pages of comic book. 20.
So what's an average page look like? Are you being extra descriptive with the scenery? Like what type of details?
Yeah. So usually what we do is obviously page 1, panel 1. And then we'll pretty much like have like in that paragraph, like, okay, Rabbit walks in the bar. We'll kind of give
the bar looks like this.
Yeah, the bar.
People are dressed like this. This person is standing to the left. This is
right.
This object is over here on the right. It's the center of the,
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
And then we still leave enough free so he can play with it. But the reason we do this, the reason I'm so anti about having detailed scripts, because I've talked to different people too, and I've seen. You can see like when the writer didn't convey the script well to the artist, and then they get angry. I didn't want it like this. Hell, you ain't getting nothing to work with. And
so
plus,
I try to give them.
Plus, I do art myself, so it's easier. I understand from both perspectives of how it works for the artist and the writer. So detail is important. You don't want to over detail either. I mean, you don't got to say stuff like, all right, well, it's 5:00 in the afternoon. He's pissed off today, so he's gonna go to get a drink. That's bullshit. You don't need all that. It's literally you get to tell what they're seeing.
Yeah, because the art could show that he's angry.
Yeah, exactly.
His facial expressions.
And even at them. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, when you designed this, the main character, did you already have an idea of what he looked like, or what type of description did you give your artist?
Oh yeah, well we just did sketches. I did a lot of sketches. If I can't draw it enough so they can understand, I will pull shit from online and I'll just give them like this pretty much compendium. It's all right. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'll go into details like the mask. Actually, there's a schematic of the mask. How it's super mechanical. And all that stuff. I said, and if you really look at the mask, I'm a horror fan. So Jason Voorhees is like my favorite slasher. So that's where the whole half mask came from. Like that's the Rabbit Mares, and I also like Slipknot band a lot, and I like the whole mask thing. So that's why I said that was kind of like my way. It inspired me to create it the way it was, and when I gave it to my artist, all right, think Jason Voorhees, think Slipknot, but with some swagger. He had to have swagger with this mask too. So
which of the members' mask did you like the most?
It depends on what album we're talking about. I've always been partial to Corey Taylor's mask. I think All Hope Is Gone and the newest masks are my favorites.
I was always old school.
Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's Iowa.
I can't help it. That's like what got me into like the heavy metal scene. That's right when new metal was like at its prime. I feel Yeah.
She actually, you saw him when he first played at Ozfest, right?
Yeah. 2004.
Oh my God, that's so awesome. I've never I've seen Black Dahlia Murder. Rest in peace, Trevor. But I got to meet him and hang out with him. Hatebreed was another one I got to go to. Hatebreed was a fun one. But yeah, it would have been so cool to see a Slipknot show. They are insane. I love I'm trying to think of it. The clown mask. I like the Pinocchio nose one.
Oh, I forgot. Because someone just go about numbers too. I forgot.
Yeah. I thought Pig Mask. The Pig Mask is what they called him.
But it was that no. Well, I don't. Well, maybe I know Clown goes by Clown. I just remember Clown and Corey Taylor because they was like always kind of the two front runners in that group.
Yeah, they were always like beating the shit out of each other on stage too, weren't they?
Yeah, there's wild.
Insane,
Clown,
dude.
He's an artist too. You ever seen Clown? He's actually a decent indie director. Like he does art and stuff. He's a real talented guy.
I actually never knew that.
He's dark as shit too. Like if you look up his stuff, man, he's talented, but again, it's dark. It's a lot of dark stuff.
Hey, well, speaking of dark, let's go ahead and get into the dark world of this Kickstarter. Let's start breaking it down. Talk about a segue, right? So right here, we are pulling it up, and it looks like you guys are at 1,689 of 6,500 goal. You have 27 backers with 24 days to go, and you already hit Project We Love. So congratulations. When did you guys hit this? What do you think led you to getting this? Because I know this is like a big thing in the Kickstarter world to achieve, and not a lot of people don't know how the hell to even get it.
I don't know how we got it.
I didn't know we had it. So I was actually checking my emails, and I saw, because for some reason my iCloud emails, I don't get notifications for it, and I saw the Kickstarter thing. I just thought it was like another like little update or whatever. But I read some, congratulations, you've been chosen for Project Love. Oh shit,
that's so awesome.
But I looked it up. I guess they like the way the setup. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. Again, this is our first Kickstarter. So
said it had it had to do with a lot of factors, like the presentation. It had to do with like the details, and like they don't really delve into like how, like the one specific thing about us that made that decision, but we're stoked, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, that's so
I mean,
awesome.
The fact that actually looked, that's cool. I mean, we're thankful.
Yeah. So is this a trailer right here?
Yeah, it's us talking about, but you can play. I mean,
yeah. Let's go ahead. I'll just let you know when we go to play it. This audio is going to override your audio, so if you try to talk, we won't be able to hear you.
Right.
And you might not be able to hear this video, but everyone else should be able to hear it. So just giving you a heads up.
Okay. Hi, I'm Chris Elston, and this is Chassity Lassiter. We're writers and creators of Rabbit's Badass Song and pop singer.
I love the Jason
Rabbit's
hoodie.
Badass Song is a gory, gritty Southern tale of revenge. It tells the story of Jimmy Mason, an African-American born in the heart of Mississippi to a well-respected madam, and Irene Honeycutt, a redhead with a fiery temper. After Jimmy fights back against one of the town's controlling oppressors and a member of the Good Boys, those boys get together to murder Jimmy and his mother. With Jimmy left to die and hanging from a tree, he's rescued by a man that's going to change his life forever. For 10 years, he and Irene train and wait. The events of that night haunt him and change him into the Rabbit. Rabbit and Irene, now known as Snow Bunny, return to Lightfield, Mississippi to take their revenge on the Good Boys. But this is just the very beginning of Rabbit's plan and his story. Pop Singer is a horror one-shot that follows Stacy Lynn, an up-and-coming pop star. The more popular she becomes, the darker her world gets, and soon she finds herself in this inner circle of elites with occult ties.
Make sure to check out the videos below, where we'll show you more rewards, and also there's links for reviews.
I like that video a lot. That was really good.
Oh, thanks, man.
So yeah, let's go ahead and start checking out the table of contents. So this is the About Us. It gives us a breakdown of Flash Delirium.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we pretty much already covered most of this in the beginning, chat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead. The stories that we're telling. So we've already kind of broke down Rabbit's Badass Song, but is there anything else you want to kind of break down while we're here?
I guess, like, again, I want to say that the first storyline is, there are some elements of racial tension in it, but there's no political agenda. And that's definitely not what the story's about. It's literally just to tell its origin. And once we do that, we get past it, because this thing is structured more like, one of my favorite comic books which is a manga, is Berserk.
Oh yeah.
And that, if you know Berserk, you know how like that starts out one way, then it becomes something totally different. So this is pretty much the same way. We mirrored not a lot of the more horrifying things Berserk, but definitely the evolutionary part of it is definitely in here. So
and I think based in Mississippi, there's no way to avoid it. That's like back in that time, that was normal. That was a thing that happened, and I don't think it was really forcing any agenda or anything. It just kind of touching base on what you were saying. I think you guys did a good job of kind of like painting the picture of what kind of it was like back then.
Yeah, plus we wanted to have the whole contrast, like you got all that going on, but yet there's still Superman and stuff out there, because we just thought we liked how you can have the mundane, but yet the fantastical. We like to say, like, imagine like a Pulp Fiction in a Dragon Ball Z universe. You know what I'm saying? You still got that going on, but you got like Super Saiyan and stuff. So kind of like the same thing.
So you said you guys like Quentin Tarantino a lot. Was Django like a big inspiration as well?
Yeah, there's parts of Django, a lot of Pulp Fiction. A lot of Pulp Fiction. And again, not just the dialogue in Pulp Fiction. There's like a lot of nuances in that. And there's certain things in the comic book that we hope, people check it out, you pick up on. Not everything's face value. You got to kind of look in there, and that's why that goes back to having detailed pages and stuff. And like we tell the artists, all right, well, we put this little subtle thing in there so people can kind of get a hint of it later on.
Didn't you say that you had to do some translations for your artists as well?
Just a little bit. There's a couple like just a little far as like what was it exactly?
Can't even really remember.
I think some of the clothing designs, like I don't think they have it over there. Like part of like the shoes designs and stuff like that. We had to do it, but overall he got everything. He totally got it.
So how was it working with an artist for the first time? I know you both came from like a film kind of background, like so working with like a comic artist like for the first time. How was that for you guys?
Oh,
we had actually worked with a few artists.
Yeah. We've worked with some in the past.
We had tried other things, tried other stories, tried different artists out on Rabbit, and there was like that evolution there. So by the time we got to Khalil, we had more experience on how to.
But we never had a bad experience with an artist, and like everybody like they appreciate the scripts.
There's just an evolution that happened as the story evolved. It was necessary for the look to evolve. Yeah,
finding the right fit. It was about finding the right fit for the artist. But yeah, we've always had pretty good relationship with artists, and I like working with artists. It's fun for me.
All right, let's go ahead, and right here is the cover. The cover is pretty awesome as well. So what are we seeing here? We're seeing the main character as well as his sidekick. Yeah, Snow Bunny.
Yeah, he got there's something, and then you got the grape soda and the fried chicken beside him. Just because. I mean, the whole thing about this, we were what we were trying to do with this cover was it should be very obvious what this thing is. Without, we're not pulling any punches. We're showing you exactly what it is. And it's very self-aware. So, we're not taking it too seriously. That was what we were trying to convey with that.
And then right here are some of the preview pages as well. So this is set in 2010.
So the first panel we're showing you what happened, the ending of what happened, then we take it to present day.
And then if you want to, why don't you give us kind of a breakdown of what's going on in these pages while we're scrolling down?
Yeah, so page one, the panel 1, that's pretty much showing you the lynching that happened back in 2010. Then we fast forward to present day Mississippi, and we're at the place. Go ahead.
Which would have been 10 years.
Yeah. 10 years. So right now we're at this little bar called Flatford's, and these two gentlemen are having some drinks, just talking about random talk. And then you see one of them is getting a little woozy, so they've clearly been poisoned in their drink, and that's kind of set up. We'll go from there.
And we see him drop down right here. And this is where things get a little bit more dark and sinister too.
Yeah, they're waking up. They're tied up to the chair. Then they introduced our characters, Snow Bunny, and there's these two guys right here, which is Rabbit's right hand man.
I really like how your artist was able to like get the fear like in the eyes and everything, the detail.
Then we got a hero shot of Rabbit coming up.
But that's the hero shot of Bunny right there.
Yeah, it's a hero shot of Bunny. And this was always the way we envisioned. Like we showed like the close up of the chicken, frying the chicken, and eating it through the mask and all that stuff. We just
right there. So why have the panel of frying the chicken and eating it be the first thing you see?
We thought it was funny.
And, it was that, and we also wanted to build this suspense to like, who is this guy that's frying chicken in this hostage situation? Like, who does this? Like,
and it's also
a build up. Yeah.
And it's also a homage to another movie I like a lot. You ever seen Itchy the Killer?
I don't think so.
It's based on a manga, but it's a very twisted movie. And one of the main villains in that, he's torturing the guys, like frying some food, like some shrimp and little things. I don't know, it's a click one.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. And then right here we get the big reveal of him.
Yeah, he's got an apron on. He doesn't want to get dirty. To get grease on himself.
Trying to be more hospitable. And then right here's a little breakdown of pop singer as well. A rising pop star finds herself in an inner circle of a group of elites with I can never pronounce that word to save my life.
Oh, with occult ties.
Occult ties. There it is. So this kind of gives us a breakdown. It's a horror one-shot that follows Stacy Lynn, an up-and-coming pop star. The more popular she becomes, the darker her surroundings. So what's that kind of the breakdown with that? Why, paint the world in that light? With her getting more popular as a singer, everything around her gets more darker.
It's kind of like, because the idea behind this is very much like Illuminati, Project Monarch, like all these like conspiracy theories about celebrities and things like that. So like the more popular she becomes, obviously the more of a celebrity.
It's a downward spiral she goes in.
So,
I got you. The more darker hands she's touching from up above.
Little hint, this is in the same universe as Rabbit.
You might not know that up front, but
yeah, it's in the same universe.
Okay. So is this around the same? So you said in the Rabbit universe, that was 10 years after the lynching, so that put them 2020, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So what's the time frame we're looking at with Pop Singer?
About the same time, but maybe like about the same time.
Yeah.
So do we see it tie in, or are we gonna see like maybe a
Not
potential?
yet.
Not yet. There's little there's little things in Pop Singer that's gonna pop up in Rabbit later on.
Okay.
And there's another story we're gonna do that's gonna tie together even more. So yeah.
And then right here is just some pages from the one shot as well.
But again, it can be read, but it is a true one shot. Like you don't have to ever read Rabbit to read it. It can be read by itself. It's a one and done. Put it away.
So it seems like two polarizing like opposite ends. Like why do something about pop singing and then why go the route with the Rabbit?
Well, go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
Originally, it was going to be its own thing, just a little horror thing, but we like to tie things together. So, if we're going to be Flash and Lyrium, we got to be like Marvel and DC. Everything has to count and it has to be a universe. I don't want to just make books, just make stories in it. Like, our stuff has to all connect. So, that's why.
It makes it fun to write.
Yeah.
And then here we have the evil executive dude signing away the soul.
There you go.
And then here are some of the rewards. So what we'll do is, do you want to go through the rewards first, or do you want to go back up and go through the different tiers?
We can go through.
Yeah, we can go to rewards. Yeah.
Okay. So right here is the first reward. All physically shipping rewards include free U.S. shipping, all free unlocked bonus freebies, and then a digital copy of Rabbit's Badass Song issues 1, 2, and Pop Singer. So the free shipping, that's pretty big. Why take on that cost? Shipping can add up pretty quickly.
I'll let you do that one. You can tell about this.
Well, my job has been shipping for the last couple of years, so I'm pretty well versed in it. So these costs were kind of added in to the price of the rewards. I'm pretty confident. Actually, I'm like 100% confident about my shipping knowledge. Like, I know first class breaks down at 8 and then 9 and then 12 ounces, like the zones, like, because that's what I do, because I do eBay. So and I've been doing this for years, so that was just something I feel like I like to buy something when there's free shipping.
Oh yeah
So we just kind of incorporated all that into the cost. And
so
even internationally, like obviously international isn't free, but there is a discount for what it would have been for U.S. shipping.
No, yeah, that was the next question I was going to ask about the international, but you just nailed it. So yeah, that's awesome. You're right. It's one of those things where anything that has free shipping, it's almost like it's instantly like you're like, yeah, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So right here's the digital bundle for 12 USD. You're gonna get issues 1, 2, and then Pop Singer. And it does not include any of the unlocked bonus freebies or giveaway because it's the digital.
Right.
So underneath this, we get Rabbit's Badass Song, the first printing for 15 USD.
Yeah, we got that right. We'll hold these books up as we got all these right here. We'll hold them all up.
So this is the issue 1, the first print, gloss cardstock. cover, and then gloss pages.
And these are again, like we've made a set number, so they're not print on demand. Like we actually have a limited print run of issue 1. So
we printed all these last year.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're also going to give away the digital PDF of issues 1, 2, and Pop Singer as well. So you're going to get a physical of issue 1, but then the digital of all 3, which is pretty phenomenal. Underneath that, we have the issue 2, first printing.
Okay. Yeah. Same thing, gloss cardstock cover, gloss interior. Just look at it, it's beautiful, right?
Yeah, that is a phenomenal cover. And then you're also going to get the PDFs of issues 1, 2, and then Pop Singer as well with this.
And this one's a little more limited. We still printed the first prints last year. The issue 1 we have a little bit more of. Issue 2, we had only printed 300, and a lot of those have already been sold or in comic book stores. So that's why these are limited on here.
We have Emily Rivera over on YouTube stopping in to say hi.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the stream, Emily. Thank you for stopping in. So underneath this, we have Flash Delirium's adult coloring book for 15 USD, a 20-page coloring book featuring art by Halia. Well, do you want to say these names? I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciations.
Halil Matei,
Nicholas Giacondino, and Warren Stechel.
Thank you.
I don't even know if I'm saying Warren's last name right, but he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Way better than I would have. Way better than.
And this is. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. And then this is also going to include a free digital PDF of issues 1, 2, and Pop Singer as well. So I think that's pretty cool that you're throwing in the digitals with these. You know, you're still able to get all 3.
Yeah, because we know like some people don't like collecting physical stuff. They don't have a room or whatever. They just want the digital. But you know, for the people who do get the physical, and it's not costing us anything, to put that in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So.
No, that is pretty cool. So for the coloring book, did you use like panels from the comics, or did you have completely new things designed? It's
stuff from all the books, and there's different artists that have worked on Rabbit over the years. Like
that is so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like concept designs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Like this is the one by Nicholas.
Yeah, it's one by Nick. He was an artist we had on Rabbit. Yeah. You know, we try to pull like the money shot pictures from the books that had like enough negative space where you could color. So
yeah, that is awesome. I'm loving that. It's also available as an add-on as well. So right here, black and white signature, issue number 1, Virgin variant. So this is signed by you both, I'm assuming.
Oh, we can sign it if you want to, but this is just actually.
Yeah, we can sign. Yeah, but
it's a digital signature of Halil.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, and we called it the signature because. Not just, we added the digital signature later, but because this is the signature of Halil's work. This is just his beautiful work without anything added, no logos or anything. So, yeah.
No, I got you. Yeah, it definitely is a beautiful piece. I love it as a cover too, because I think it really like amplifies the image that you guys are trying to portray with it.
Yeah.
He looks like just a straight badass sitting there.
And that's that.
And then we have the black and white signature issue number 2, Virgin variant.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite cover so far. I really like this one a lot. It's got some of the same detail in it.
Yeah, and the faces just look phenomenal too.
And he's just with inking and everything. He just the light sources and all. Like he just
yeah, he knows his
stuff.
stuff.
Is he the colorist as well?
No, the colorist
it's
for
Jose Lopez.
The first prints is Jose Lopez. Yeah.
Okay, who do you have running on the second?
Oh, same gentleman. It's the same guy.
Same.
Yeah.
And then right here we have Pop Singer, 25 USD. So this is gonna be the one-shot first printing.
Yeah, and this one's real limited. Like it's pretty much only on Kickstarter. Like it is nowhere else. So that's why we kind of it's a little bit more. We didn't make that many of them. So like once. We'll probably never. This will probably be the only way you ever see this. We may never do like another cover of this again. So like once we sell out of these, that's it. Yeah. We've already printed some out because like when we do our test copies, like we actually just print like it's cheaper for us like just to print like a certain number of them out ahead of time. So if we don't sell out of those, like we'll just once we do disperse of them, whether it be Kickstarter, wherever, that'll be it.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely, and it's an awesome concept too. I love the horror aspect mixed with like pop singing. It's like, because it seems like two conflicting worlds. You know, a pop singer, you wouldn't assume like a horror run on it, but yeah, it goes so well. So right here we have the Braga. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Braga. Carlos Braga. We wanted
Braga
to get
Bunny pinup virgin variant. So is this a cover or a print?
It's a cover.
It's a cover
To issue one.
It's issue one.
And we got Snow Bunny looking extra thick.
Yeah.
Yeah. We told him he's a really great artist. I found him on Instagram. Like he does a lot of like pinups of like just different female characters. I was like, so you want to try this out? Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah,
so.
only $10 more. So which issue is this? Is issue 1?
Yeah, issue 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is issue 1. And then for just $10 more too, that's not too bad.
And it's a soft touch laminate. I love soft touch.
Yeah, she loves soft touch.
I love the texture.
And then underneath this, we have you're gonna have to help me out with that name as well.
We don't know how to say it either. I'm serious.
We'll just call it the Snow Bunny virgin variant.
Yeah, there you go.
And then right here is this. It looks like just an upper bust with the gun. I love this smoke coming out of the barrel though. Yeah. Beautiful.
He draws some pretty faces too.
The neon like glowiness. It really.
Yeah, this is also issue 1.
It showed up and it printed and it looks awesome.
And for the same price as well, for $35 USD, issue 1. And then underneath this, you have the secret Kickstarter virgin variant,
which is like a
underground, like
underground
80s
punk kind of
skateboard type look.
Which I really like the best.
Yeah, this looks really trippy too.
Yeah.
And then this is issue number 1 as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And then underneath this is the black and white signature bundle for $45 USD. So that's going to be issue 1 and 2. The signature set. Underneath that we have Snow Bunny bundle for $65. So you're saving a little extra cash getting both of them. These are both issue 1 variants. And then underneath this we have the Flash Delirium Year 1 hardcover.
It's one of my favorites.
What's in this hardcover then?
It is Rabbit issue 1, Rabbit issue 2, and Pop Singer. So
oh yeah, let's go.
These are oversized pages too. These are 8.5 by 11, which Halil, when he does the work, he does it on oversized boards, not regular size. So you get a little bit extra that sometimes gets cut off in the like in the other comic book size, regular comic book size books. Some of the bleeds get cut off, but in this you get everything.
That is so awesome. I love how big it is too.
This is probably one of my favorite. And Chassity, she designed the cover. Like she did the Flash Delirium logo. And if you look in each letter, it's intricately a piece of like the book in it, like the pictures and stuff. So.
How did you choose which picture went with which letter?
The shape of the letter and kind of like the central look of the panel. So like, for instance, like the S in Flash, I chose this space melt because it had one eye above and one eye below, and I could see that being an S. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's how my brain works. I don't know.
So underneath this, we have the metal Snow Bunny Virgin variant. So that's a metal cover then?
Yep,
yeah,
metal front and back.
The same guys.
Oh, that looks awesome.
They do Brian Pulido's metal covers for his Lady Death books. Yeah, same company.
Yeah.
And so these these are your tiers too, right? So all these rewards are your tiers too. I just noticed that. That's pretty smart that you made. I heard doing the images like this have been such a strong like focal point. Have you guys found success? Like this, is this your first Kickstarter?
Yeah. This is our first Kickstarter.
Yeah, first one.
Because we were self-published before.
Yeah, that is so cool. I just noticed because I was like, okay, wait, hold on a second. Like these are all like, yeah, that's awesome. So down here we have the Rabbit and Bunny custom toy set. So you guys have custom toys too?
Yeah, we sold out of one. I did a limited black and white one. Those are gone. So we got 4 sets of these left. And
handmade by this guy over here.
Yeah.
You made them?
Yeah. He made 5.
Wow.
So yeah.
How long does it take to make one?
How long it take? About a
couple weeks.
About a week to make them.
That's so cool. That is so cool. And so these are custom. These are one of a kind, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each set will be hand numbered and signed. Let's go. They're 4 inches tall and 2 inches wide.
Yep, and then everything from the toy to the card was made by us, mostly him.
That's cool. Like, so not only are you getting something personalized, but it's like extra personalized because it was made by you guys, like, individually. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So right here for 100 USD, we have Rabbids issue number 1 bundle. So that's all the issue number 1 covers, the Virgin variant right there, and then the 2 Snow Bunny variants. And then you're gonna get all 3 PDFs with it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then
pretty
we
much
have
anything that ships out, you're gonna get all the free PDFs too, just so you can, yeah.
And then the first Prince bundle for 110. So you're gonna get the first year, issue 1, issue 2, and then Pop Singer. We're looking at for 150. Oh, this is sold out. So this was the grayscale set. So
yeah.
So do you have these?
Yeah, I still got it.
That's cool. Did you just paint them in different shades of gray?
Yeah, it's painted different shades because
that's so cool.
No, the comic book is in black and white, and you know, the DC. I think the McFarlane DC figures, like he did like the grayscale figures. I think.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna try it out, and it worked.
That is so awesome.
Sorry, here you go.
Yeah, especially.
Hey, thank you for getting that too. I appreciate that.
No problem, right? I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah. Wait, can you hold up the color Snow Bunny with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The color next to it.
Can you see that?
Yeah, that's so cool. That's awesome. So underneath this, we have a Carlos Rega original art pinup. So this was the original print that he did.
Yeah, I got like a little cheesy piece of plastic, so I don't get messed up. Yeah, this is the original one, pen and ink, all the way from Brazil.
But when we ship it out, it'll be
we'll ship it out. Actually,
yeah,
you know,
not in one of those flimsy mailers. Man, I'll tell you what, I've gotten so many comics in those like flimsy like little mailers, and they always get bent up.
That's crazy. That's another thing. Like all our books are packed in Gemini, bag and board, and all that stuff.
Even if like you get something in a bigger box, the comics will be in the Gemini in the bigger box. So, yeah.
So under this, we have for 235 USD Year of the Rabbit bundle. So this is going to give you, it looks like pretty much everything that was listed up above, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, no toys.
No toys.
And no metal cover.
No metal
toys,
cover.
no metal cover, but yeah. So all the first print of issue 1, first print of issue 2, the 2 bunny variants, the 2 black and white variants, the hardcover, and 3 11x17 prints.
And right here is just some of the add-on items. So black and white cover, 11x17 of the Virgin cover for 12 USD.
Put this back. Oh.
And then we have the color cover, 11x17. So this is just in color as well. We have the Rabbit 11x17 print. I really love this close-up of him too.
Yeah,
awesome.
It was one of our favorite pages.
Which one?
The Rabbit.
The hero show. Oh yeah, that's iconic now.
And then bonus freebie. So at $2,000, you're gonna get the 2-inch inner circle sticker.
Yeah, we're actually gonna show. We're gonna show a little bit more tonight.
I don't know if you can this right.
Oh yeah, I can see it. What we can do too is let me see. Once we go through this, we have I can go back to where it's just us, and then we can re-show stuff too.
Okay.
Where it's just us two on the screen.
Yeah.
So that the rest are hidden.
We have them.
We have them.
Right here.
Ooh. So expected timeline though. Let's kind of break that down real quick. So June 18th is the end of the Kickstarter. Then the end of June, Kickstarter funds expected.
It's actually June 16th is the end. I gotta change that. I messed that up.
And then end of June, orders placed with printers. End of July, print orders received and packing begins. And then August, rewards ship. So this is this is just you showing the toys off a little bit more in depth, right?
Yeah,
all the rewards.
Yeah, all the rewards.
Okay.
That's like before the Kickstarter. Yeah, that's just reviews.
So anything else you guys want to touch base on the Kickstarter while we're here?
So every week we're doing like giveaway drawings for for all the physical backers, and it goes in like a little chicken bucket. That chicken. So there's a story behind the chicken bucket. So if you look on the first cover, you see that chicken bucket beside them. If you look, there's a logo and it says Chicken Pickings. In our universe, that's a fictional restaurant chain. And actually, on the back of issue 1, I'm gonna pull this up real quick. There's fake chicken coupons on the back for Chicken Pickings. That we made.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a running gag.
We actually had a lot of people ask where that place was.
And if you scroll to the bottom of the screen, like we did a fake chicken ad for this, and we also did a fake toy ad, which is why people was asking about the action figures.
Oh, right here.
Well, if you go down a little bit more,
no, it's above that.
it's above. I'm
the
sorry,
videos.
it's above that. It's one of the videos. It's right.
Oh,
okay,
right
those
here,
two.
right here.
That's the toy. That's the toy one. You can, if you want to click on that one.
Wait, this?
That's
the
the
vintage chicken.
Yeah, go to one above it.
Right here.
Right there. Yeah, play that one real quick. That's the toy commercial.
Rabbit's badass song. Bring the action from the pages of the comic to your home. Now, you and your friends can be the heroes of Lightfield.
Oh, the guns are
Rabbit's
so
here to
awesome.
clean up this town. Don't worry, nobody's got your back. Watch out, it's the good boys. I got this one, Rabbit. He's not getting out of this sticky situation. Yeah,
I
chicken
love
grease.
it, dude.
This one's mine, Bunny.
With new high top, high kick action.
We're coming for you, Judge.
Rabbit's badass song. Collect all figures. Figures and accessories not actually sold separately or together anywhere.
Not so or together.
From Flash Delirium.
Yeah, that's when we launched our books originally back, way before this. So.
Mhm. No, that is so cool. And then this one underneath is the chicken one.
Yeah.
Let's check that out too. No, that is awesome. So do you have the Good Boys toys too?
Just for the commercial, I
gotcha.
Yeah, I didn't make any for the actual selling thing.
Family can feast on a meal for just $10.99. Don't forget to add a bottle of Damia's Hellfire hot sauce. Remember, when your family picks chicken, make it Chicken Pickins.
You were good at that. That was catchy. I love the little logo, the nose and the whiskers. How long? Like what inspired you guys to make that?
Well, we said, every cool character has a symbol, right? Spider-Man's got the spider, Batman's got the bat logo, X-Men got the X. So we gotta have the rabbit has to have something. We can
We were literally just
brand.
sitting down like, what could we do? And it was just like a quick sketch of I was like, I don't know, like a rabbit nose and some whiskers, and that's literally what it was.
We're big on
Look at
branding.
this recommended video right here. It's us right there. Boom.
There you go. But we're big on branding. Like we want rabbit not just be a combo. We want to transcend that. We really do want to have like toys and T-shirts and all that stuff. We want it, to be a property that stays around for a long time.
And like literally on every book, even on the versions on the back of the book, the whiskers are
that's always an ongoing thing.
Yeah. I noticed that on the back of the comics too.
Yeah. But that was the segue into the whole thing about the random drawing. So this is the actual bucket that was used in that commercial.
How'd you guys get that made?
We made it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, let's took like a KFC bucket and we took all like the image off and colors and stuff. Yeah, we just made the label and stuck it on there. But so what we do is every time somebody backs it physically, we write their name and their backing number on a piece of paper, and we drop it in the bucket. And then we've been doing Facebook Live videos, and certain times we usually do it on Tuesdays and Fridays. And we shake it up and we pull it out and we give them a reward. So I'll show you some things we've been doing. When we
real quick, did we cover everything we needed to on the Kickstarter? Because what I could do is I could pull up just us.
Yeah.
So that way, your guys' camera is bigger.
Yeah.
There.
Awesome. So when we first did, we first got ready to release Flash Delirium. Like I said, we have no issues giving stuff away for free. Giving stuff away free, that can bring you in money later on. Or at least get people to see who you are. And it's a giver. Some people gonna take stuff, throw it away, not look at it. That's just
That's happened.
That's nature of the beast. I mean, everybody goes through that. But we did like little, I guess you call them ash cans of Black Delirium. So what it was in this right here, we did 100 of these things and we dispersed them. We gave certain ones out to people to hand out. We gave away some at a convention we went to last year, and that's left some at common places. But it's got a couple pages. It kind of tells us who we are. It's got a couple pages of a pop singer in it. But the cool thing is, and again, this is like for all like the spectators out there, speculators out there. It's got an ad for Rabbit's Badass Song #1 in it. So technically, this is his first appearance.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, and what we did, we signed each one. We signed each one and numbered each one. So whoever has one, it has which number you have of it. Like this is 70 of 100.
So you only made 100 like that?
Yeah, only 100 in existence. Some are gone, mysteriously disappeared. So, but that's cool though.
I watched one get thrown away. So.
But this is one of the giveaways we're doing. Like we got like a few of these left, so we'll be giving these away, and we got some misprints. So so issue two, the black and white cover. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Yeah, right here. All right. So as you can see, oh bless you. As you can see, he's got hair right here. So when Halil originally drew this, he sends us the images. We send them off to the color and all that stuff. I was so mesmerized by the picture. I saw something was off. I almost sent it to the colorist. I said, oh shit, this is off, man. So I'm gonna show you what the original picture was. It was this. He had a bald head.
Oh, wow.
So I told him, and he said, all right, it's his bag, give him a day. So he just digitally, put it in there. But we have both files still on our computer. When we went to do the test prints for this black and white cover, Chassity made the mistake of uploading this one. So we got 20. We got 20 of these.
At least it was 20 and not 500 though, right?
But it's cool though. I mean, so that's cool. I mean, because I love misprints. Because misprints are very, it's one of those little niche things. So it's all right. Well, hell, we'll give one of these away as a giveaway. So we're giving these away too. So
we have Emily in chat saying they look cool and that they look nice. I have to agree. I think that's awesome. I think the misprints, that's such a good way to kind of like take a blessing from a mishap and making the most out of it, really.
Oh yeah. But
I was like, I'm not gonna throw them away. I'm not gonna throw them away.
So before we end, like I said, I would like to do a drawing on here.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, let's go now. All right, shake it up. Number 16, GCE.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, number 16, GCE. They are getting. Let's give them this. Since we talked about it, they're getting a misprint.
Okay, yeah. Hey, that's so awesome.
So putting that with the rest of them. So there you go.
So for anyone that's watching and that's on the fence about backing this Kickstarter, what would you guys like to say to them directly to kind of help push them over that bump?
Check it out. I mean, if nothing else, we are everywhere. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. There's a lot of access to look at the books. I mean, to see a lot of the pages. I've uploaded a lot of things, and it gives you a good way of knowing who we are. But if you like good art, you like your stories a little darker, check it out. It's definitely for people like The Boys, The Watchmen, or horror in general. And you get it in a lot. I truly believe with us, you get the bang for your buck. You're not just getting a book, you're getting an investment. You're getting the first jump start on a brand new character who's not going anywhere. Because the thing about it is, like, with us, again, we've been doing this for a while before we did the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter is not the end all be all. So, whatever happens with the Kickstarter. Rabbit's still going. So, we're not stopping.
You self-published
yeah, we
before.
Self-published. Yeah, it was all funded. Yeah. So, like, this doesn't by no means stop anything. We just felt the Kickstarter was a good way to maybe, which it has, branch out, get a few more people eyes on us. And I know a lot of people don't like buying directly from websites. I know how that is. So Kickstarter is kind of like the segue, you can bypass, just go straight to Kickstarter. But that's about it. But like I said, just at least look at the page, check us out, give it a chance. $15.
And the prints, I mean, we do high quality paper.
Yeah.
We don't take any cheap route on anything. We pay our artists.
Right.
You get what you pay for. I truly believe that. So like, even though you know, the lowest tier is $15 for a first print, you're gonna get 3 digital issues, you're gonna get free shipping, and we ship carefully in Gemini's.
Yeah.
I mean, and to take care of this precious little book. We
Yeah, and also like we're not. I'm not big on like the gimmick stuff. I don't really like doing variant covers, but I know a lot of people like them. That's the only reason we did. Cause originally I wasn't going to do that. I was going to say, all right, first print, that's it. And if we do a second printing of the first issue, we'll just change the color a little bit to differentiate it from the first. But you know, again, we're trying to make it fun for people, and that's the whole thing. We want to have fun with this. You know, it's a business, obviously, you know, and everything, but we want to have fun. And I know, like, even if you look at like the goal is 6,500, but realistically, like, do you want to go into that, like,
about why?
Yeah. I know some people have questions about
that.
Yeah.
And they'll set their goal at like 1,000 or 2,000, and I think that's great that they're able to do that. For us, we were already selling the books prior to Kickstarter. We already printed them, you know, getting to that point, like, so we didn't need crowdfunding for that. Not to say that that's bad if you do need crowdfunding, like, that's not a bad thing at all. But for us, I think our mentality was, if we're gonna do a Kickstarter, it needs to at least be for a reason. So like I said, our artist isn't cheap. The production is not cheap on this. We've already printed a lot of these things, and you know, printing's not free.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of like the extra laminates and things like that to make it higher quality. And so for us, my brain is very much like mathy. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So like numbers and things, I'm good with that. And with 6,500, what we're able to take from that 6,500 is only 30%, and that pretty much just gets issue 3 done.
Yeah.
Not
printed
or anything. So,
and the shipping's free too, so it's one of those things, you know. You're a chunk of that is the shipping, you know.
Right.
So I don't think 65 is out of pocket at all. Especially since, like you guys said, it's going to be working towards, you know, helping fund issue 3 or get issue 3 jump started. So I think 65 is a great price. I think the art really speaks for itself. I think the story is awesome. I think you guys really do have something like really phenomenal on your hands. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I know you guys already were nice enough to send me PDFs, but I mean, there's nothing better than a physical. You know, I love opening up a fresh book and just getting that new comic smell.
Yeah, I'm old school too.
So with that being said, I think we did a good job of covering, you know, just who you guys are, what led you to this, and then your Kickstarter. Before we wrap things up completely, though, I do want to ask you guys one question in particular, and that is for any indie creator out there that's kind of struggling with their own idea to get off the ground and kind of just get started with it. What type of advice would you give them to kind of help push through that barrier?
You want to go first?
you go first.
You know, honestly, so you mean like far like this wanting to like make a book? Like,
yeah, just you know, like you just can't get started. You're like what do I do to get started? What do I do to do this? Like, what would you say to that person?
Oh, flush it out. Write it down, flush it out first and foremost. Because once you actually put pen to paper or fingers to keyboard, however you want to do it, you start to see other things kind of pop up, like oh, this would actually be pretty cool, and then and you can build, like that's where the building begins, and then from there don't cut corners. That's another thing. I hate corner cutting. I hate it.
What would be an example of that?
I think it's crazy when I go into a comic book store and buy like a big name publisher comic book, and the cover is drawn by this amazing artist, and then you open the book and it's it's like, oh, there's no backgrounds.
Different
You cut
The bait and switch.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Consistency, I guess that would fall under keeping things consistent too.
Right.
But you go.
So I got a few things I can say about it if we got time.
Yeah.
First of all, this is the big thing. I'm trying to go from my experience with it and just friends I know have done it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to ask yourself why you're doing this. Like, what is your intention with making the comic book? That's the big thing. And the reason I say that because comic book making, it's a lot goes into it. It's a lot of hard work. And we're not talking about. I'm not even talking about getting it put out there. I'm talking about just the process itself of making the thing. And, you got to really sit there and look. Okay, if you're just a writer, who wants to, you need an artist and stuff. You gotta remember, it doesn't matter how you could be the next Stephen King writer. Nobody's gonna read the book if it looks like shit. So you can't, not get a good artist. And I've seen a lot of people in forums, they say, hey, I got a great idea for a book. I can't pay you, but you'll get a back end. I hate when I see that. So don't do that.
Don't waste my time with that.
Yeah, number one, you're talking about like you got like next Lord of the Rings. You may do, but nobody. That's not realistic. So I definitely say, have realistic expectations and start out small. Just if you've never made a comic before, number one, I hope you read comics first of all.
Mm-hmm.
God, please don't be that guy who don't read books trying to make a comic book because that's not a good idea. But I think you need to have a good knowledge of everything, be kind of well-rounded, know a little bit about music. You know what I'm saying? Have a good ear for music. Watch a lot of movies. Reading books will help you because now you got to understand the visual medium and the writing aspect of it as well because all that plays into it. And research things like what I'm always my favorite like again Tarantino and I like other people. I'll pick up screenplays. I'll read their screenplays and stuff. Shane Black's another favorite writer of mine who did like Lethal Weapon and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I read all his screenplays. Phenomenal guy, and I learned from them. Same thing with comic books. I love Alan Moore, Garth Ennis, Neil Gaiman. We read those scripts, and I kind of do comparison of how it went from page to from written page to like the illustration. You got to learn these things.
And the first draft should never be your final.
No, and have tough skin. Have tough skin. Make sure there's constructive criticism, then there's somebody shitting on you. Most people should know if somebody's really trying to help them or they're shitting on them. It's a tough back. You don't get your feelings hurt. And that's okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like you said, you're going to get your feelings hurt, but you just have to be ready to take it on the chin because, ultimately, that's your audience. People reading it, like that's the criticism you're getting, like if it's constructive, can help you make it better for that audience,
right, Yeah. And it's okay. Like it's not nobody's gonna kill you if it's not good. And I was like, you just got to move on.
You also have to understand too that like just because one person doesn't like what you do doesn't mean you're doing anything.
Yeah, it's subjective too.
You're not gonna have everyone be a fan of you.
Right.
That's just not how life works.
It's definitely a learning curve and it's a journey. But for the aspiring creator out there, you just got to do it. That's the big thing. Just do it. Write it down, get an artist, and show people. You can't sit on a thing and think how awesome it is if nobody's ever seen it. You got to, because people. That's the biggest thing. Just do it. Put finance wise. Yeah, for a while when I first started doing this, I was working a job. I was putting away like $50 a week. You know what I'm saying? That was paying, and that added up. So
get a page
I could get a couple pages done. People can make sacrifices.
Yeah, that's true.
You got the money. Do you need that Wendy's burger this week, or do you gotta, or you gotta go see Doctor Strange? I know we all do. But that, you know what I'm saying?
That's pretty good.
It was good, but you know what I'm saying? You got to make a sacrifice.
Yeah, I get it.
You got to, because you're paying to see their thing. You want people to see your thing. So you got to make it. So, that's all I got to say. Just, know what you want to do. Stick with it. And, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. It's just, you just got to do it.
I've seen your little cat sneaking in behind you guys too.
Yeah, she likes to come out here. She one of them.
Likes to be on camera.
But that's all I gotta say. And it's just, the comic industry is a great community. It's got its ups and downs like anything else. But I think it's better now than it ever has been before. So.
Hey, well, I really appreciate that. I always love hearing different people's like perspectives and opinions on that question, because you'd be surprised at how different the responses can be. Everybody kind of has a different idea, but it all kind of gravitates towards the main thing, just to do it, just to get it done. You know, that's like the first step. But with that being said, guys, I think this is a perfect time for me to wrap up. I do have to be up bright and early to get my kids to school at 7 a.m. I love it. Shoo! So with that being said, we are going to be wrapping things up, guys. Be sure to check out this Kickstarter. It is a phenomenal book, a phenomenal read. I had like I said, the opportunity to read into it, and I loved every bit of it. Big shout out to Chassity and Chris for coming on and helping us break down this Kickstarter. I really appreciated that as well. Guys, I hope you have a fantastic Sunday, but most importantly, keep it geekly.